Hello and welcome to Lockdown Economy Nepal, a local edition of a social nonprofit initiative to help small businesses and self-employed professionals overcome the challenges of the pandemic. In Nepal, it is being done in collaboration with NYEF Kathmandu chapter, a membership-based nonprofit organization dedicated to create outstanding entrepreneurs, and AlterContacts, a global think tank for sustainable development based in Amsterdam. My name is Susan Lal Manandar, host of the interview series, and I'd like to welcome everyone who has joined us for this session. Today, my guest is Mr. Rajeshwor Raaz Shrestha, who is the co-founder of Ratna Raaz. Hello, Rajeshwarji. How are you?
Hello, Susan. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm really excited to have you here. We'll get into the lockdown economy questions in a while, but let's get started with the introduction of Ratna Raaz. So, Rajeshwarji, please tell us when you established this company and what you do.
Thank you, Susan, for the opportunity. I'm really great to be in this part. So yeah, talking about Ratna Raaz, the company actually started with the pure passion and the love towards the suit and dressing etiquette. So we established in 2017. We're located at the Ramag, just before the executive hotel Yakiniti. So Ratna Raaz is all about making a complete bespoke suits and talking about dress etiquettes, right? So 3 years back, we started with pure passion and, as I said, the love towards the suit. And the, what do you say? The reason we established this company was to educate people about suits. So yeah.
And how many clients are you entertaining, and how big is your team right now?
Well, for now, we started with 3 people in the team, and then now we've grown to 9 people in the team with all our 3 factories. So we have almost 180 clientele so far in these 3 years time span.
That's great. And I was going through your social media as well, and I was looking at some of the designs of your suits, and your designs are really timeless because you take inspiration from different eras and you blend them with contemporary designs as well, and they give a really awesome look to the suits that you make. So tell us more about your inspiration to come up with Ratna Raaz.
Oh, well, talking about inspiration, see, the inspiration always has been my dad, right? I grew up going to a boarding school, and there you always have to wear a blazer and a trouser, right? It's also a kind of combination of a suit. Then I grew up looking at my dad. He went to work always wearing a suit, whereas all my dad's colleagues, they wore jeans and chinos and polo t-shirts and all stuff. So since then, I was very curious about suit. I wanted to know and learn more about suits. So after I graduated my school, then I started going to high school. Even there, I had to wear a blazer and a trouser, right? So I was more, keen on the dress etiquette. I always wondered, because when you watch Hollywood movies, there you see even in high school, people are, dressing in jeans and shorts and sneakers, and that's how I wanted to dress, right? So I was always keen on suits. So I asked my dad, like, why do you wear suits? What's the reason that you wear suits all the time? And then he said, one day when you are in a proper age of wearing a suit, then you'll know after you graduate your high school. And then after graduating my high school, I went to Australia for my further studies. And that's where I got a wonderful opportunity to work with big brands like Hugo Boss and Armani. And that's where I got more knowledge about suits. And that's where this inspiration came from, actually, from my dad and all these big brands that I work for.
That's great. And like you said, you started back in 2017 with your business partner. And last time we had a chat, we also talked about how you wanted to bring innovation and excellence in men's tailoring. So Rajeshwarji, how has the journey been so far? How was your business performing before the pandemic?
Well, here I'd like to include a little bit about my company, where I should have spoken before. See, Ratna Raaz is something, it's a really new concept in Nepal, right? First thing is we are only by appointment basis, right? It's not a regular store where you go and pick your style, show people, the tailors, your style, and you get a suit fitted to you. So first you need to take an appointment with us, and then you come to us, we sit down and spend a good couple of hours studying your body aesthetic, your structure, and the purpose you need the suit for, and the time that you'll be wearing your suit, and the event or the occasion that you're attending, right? Because every clothes or your suits has a different purpose. See, as we have a normal corporate suit, then you have a dinner suit, then you have a casual suit, then you have a paired suit. There are different types of suit, and there are occasions and time to wear those kind of suit, right? So this is where, we would also call ourselves as a pioneer, where we have a studio, not a store. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Great. Yeah. So you also talked about how you try to study about your clients and where they're going to be wearing the suits. And a lot of them wear them to big events. But coming to 2020, we're living in a pandemic where people are not allowed to gather in large crowds and such events aren't really happening. So what kind of problems did the lockdown pose at your business?
Well, when we first started, it was, just relating to your previous question as well. When we first started, it was already a challenge because it's a new concept, because it's first come first, it's personalized basis where we study a person's body aesthetic and stuff, right? So when we started, it was already a challenge. So gradually, when people started, knowing about our concept, they started liking about our business and the way we work and the fabric we provide and the, designs we give them, because we design suits only after studying the body aesthetic and the purpose they need the suit for, right? So we already were facing a good challenge back then. But then now, before lockdown, we had a good clientele number. Like our aim was to only entertain 10 clients per month, right? But then we were exceeding the clientele numbers. We had more numbers than we were expecting. So we were doing pretty good. Now, as the pandemic has occurred and people have been more laid back, relaxed, because all this time of pandemic, people were working from home, and so did I as well. So the challenge stands as, we've been losing more number of clients at the moment than before. So that's where the challenge stands as of now.
All right. So in comparison to before the lockdown, what is the client size right now for you?
Well, as I said before, we were entertaining 10 clients a month before lockdown, which was exceeding to, we had almost 20 clients. We had to exceed the number because there were a lot of appointments. But now during lockdown, a lot of people are laid back, in relaxed mood, work from home. And during lockdown, all these 5-6 months, I have attended at least 40-50 webinars. And, people, those whom I met before lockdown, I used to see them in suits, and in webinar, they came in relaxed polo t-shirts and hoods, and relaxed shorts and stuff. So, people have gone to laid back attitude and all those stuff. So getting them back to the track where, introducing them again, the dress etiquette, and bringing them back to the track would be the challenge for us now. So we'll have, reduce the clientele numbers as well. So if it was 10 before, then we have, say 3 suits a month now.
All right. So you also talked about how your clients need to take an appointment and then they can come to you and then they can get their suits tailored. So in that regard, did the lockdown has had any effect on the clients where they already placed an order and then because of the lockdown itself, it could not be done? Was there any such kind of event?
Oh, well, there was one huge order which we took before lockdown. Just before it started, it was a destination wedding, and we had to make 90 bespoke suits, right? So that's the wedding of a client, destination wedding. It got canceled because nobody could travel nowhere. You know what I mean? So that suit still has been pending because you cannot even gather or travel around the world in bulk numbers at the moment. So that order has still been pending, and it's has been pretty stressful to do that order. Yes.
So what kind of strategy did you put in place during the lockdown to stimulate your business?
Well, when the lockdown initially began, we thought it will only limit to 14 days because when we watch WHO news, COVID affects you for 14 days and all those stuff internationally that we've been watching those news, right? So I was only hoping the lockdown would be only for 14 days, right? But then again, those 14 days, it was a holiday time. I was no different to any other people because I think everybody would say the same thing. Everybody enjoyed the family time, most needed time break from their work. So I was no different to others. So, 2 weeks was okay. After that, we had to think about the business. Now it hit us hard that, we only take 10 suits a month. We only entertain 10 clients a month. Now, if we cannot entertain those clients, then we'll be in a massive loss or we won't be able to survive, right? So the meanwhile, from the 3rd or the 4th week, we started, coming up with the concept, and we always had one elegance casual wear as a backup plan, or in our mind with my partner, we always wanted to, come up with elegance casual wear. So that's where we came up with this new brand under Ratna Raaz as well, called Lifestyle, Joy the Lifestyle, which means life. Joy means life in Greek, and lifestyle. So we came up with that brand where we, we serve our clients with the what do you call, bespoke casual elegance wear. Even the t-shirts, we take your body measurement and then make t-shirts for you. And the polo t-shirts, every casual wear is now bespoke. And we came up with this brand called Lifestyle, and then yeah, that was a big hit as well. So soon after, we produced about, as a sample or as a dry run, we produced 100 pieces at the beginning, and it sold out within 5 days. So it was a big hit, and we've been entertaining the same lifestyle brand as well till now.
It's great that even during such a difficult time, you were able to pivot. And you also talked about how during the lockdown period, people were a little laid back. And I think as a response to that, you were able to bring this new brand into your company and make more casual style stuff, but still make it bespoke, like you said. So how did, like you have already touched upon it, but how was the overall reaction of the customers? How did they take the brand?
See, when we came up with this lifestyle bespoke casual brand, people were actually surprised. Like, how come you're making even the t-shirts in a bespoke? You take measurements and make t-shirts, even the polo t-shirts, or chinos, or all those kind of stuff. Because normally what you have to do is go to a retail outlet and buy it off the shelf, right? So it was an overwhelming response. First, they were really surprised, like, how is it possible in Nepal? Said, you just need to find a way how to do it. So it was really overwhelming. First, it was difficult for people to believe that we did a bespoke casual elegance wear. But then again, later, once we started it, it took off like anything.
Great. And that is the customer side of things, of course. But getting towards the other side, how did the overall industry itself react to going into lockdown?
Well, see, when you talk about the industry, I would talk about textile industry and bespoke industry, or all this stuff, right? So in my sector, as we are the pioneers of the concept of creating a studio and making a suit according to aesthetic and the purpose and all those stuff, we already had very few number of clienteles, unlike other stores and stuff, right? So I think every retail sector or bespoke sector, they had a downfall, of course, because in Nepal, there is a trend where you wear a suit only if you have to attend big occasions or marriage ceremonies or those stuff, right? So where there is no culture, and the core purpose or the vision of Ratna Raaz is to educate people about dress etiquette. You need to dress for the purpose, right? So the industry had a huge crash, I would say. They went downfall, everybody was struggling, and few webinars we also hosted, sat down and discussed with all my working colleagues and stuff, talking about how can we take it further and how can we educate people more about dress etiquettes and how can we work, together in near future. So it was a downside for everybody, I would say, as an industry.
All right. And in Nepal, we went through 2 lockdowns, of course, and it's been a few months since the second lockdown ended. And in this particular situation, how is your business performing?
Well, the first lockdown, which took for 4 months, I say, right?
Yeah, around that one, yep.
So, and then we started operating our business from when it was lifted. The first lockdown was partially lifted. So we started coming to the studio because, the studio, this place is my home. Ratna Raaz is my second home. I'm here 9 to 11, 12, midnight sometimes, So after 4 months, we came here, and then, the place wasn't right and it was all dusty and stuff. So after cleaning all this mess, we sat down and we thought to ourselves that, if we continue to stay in lockdown for more than this, we might not survive, right? So in second lockdown, we didn't obey the lockdown. We still came to the studio, but we kept on working on our lifestyle brand and then working on our winter collection designs. And so yeah, those stuff, we were still operating during the second lockdown as well.
And in terms of the business, how is it going right now in terms of the clientele you're getting? Has it seen an increase since then?
Well, when the second lockdown has been lifted or it has been eased, we have been seeing, overwhelming response from the clients. They've been waiting, to take an appointment and get a suit from us, because you see the wedding season is here. And as I told you before, we have a culture where it's a wedding. When it's a wedding, people go rush for a suit and stuff, right? So yeah, we have been overwhelming response. We have had about 20 to 35 appointments pending, because as you're aware, I had to stay in isolation for about a month because I was also a COVID patient. So yeah, we have had an overwhelming response so far.
All right. And with the current circumstances we are in right now and the services that you have added to your company, what is the outlook for Ratna Raaz for the next 3 months?
Well, in the next 3 months, we'd be working more on lifestyle casual brand as well, because as I said, people are more laid back and relaxed. They were more comfortable or relaxed fit for their lifestyle now. So we'd be working more on lifestyle brand as well, where it's casual yet elegant. And then also we'll be still working our winter and next season summer collections for Ratna Raaz. So that's what we'll be doing so far.
Great. So, Rajeshwar, this is my final question to you. If there are 3 things in your business that you need help with, what would they be?
Well, first thing would be social media, because as it's a digital era, so everybody is staying home, and since the lockdown hasn't been really eased out, people are still working from home, and they have a lot of spare time to spend in internet and social media. So the biggest support for us would be, please go visit our page, like us there, follow us there, and then where you'd also get new tips and tricks and about dressing and dressing etiquettes. Second would be visit our website and pick an appointment. And third would be just love us more and keep supporting as you guys have been doing so far.
Fantastic. That's great. And I hope that this interview itself is helpful for Ratna Raaz to accomplish all those things you said right now. So all the best for that. And thank you, Rajeshwar. Thank you for coming and giving us the insights on this interview series.
Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you again, Rajeshwar, and thank you to everyone who joined us for this session. If you have any questions for Rajeshwar, or you want to get an appointment for one of his suits, then you can find his contact in the description, or you can leave a comment in this video. I invite you to like this video, share with your friends, and follow our page, the NYF Kathmandu chapter Facebook page. A recording of this video will be present in the AlterContacts YouTube channel, so please subscribe to our channel. There are playlists of videos where entrepreneurs and small business owners from different parts of the world have shared us their insights. We'll have many more interviews like this in the upcoming weeks. Stay tuned, and goodbye.
Bye, sir.